Being sober around drunk people could be top 3 worst things ever. There may be some things that are worse like terrorism, but if you have ever been sober around drunk people, you know exactly what I mean. But before I get into that, the goal for today's video is to go to the Nether, which is actually a perfect match to what I'm talking about today, because being sober around drunk people is pretty much like hell. Today I wanted to share my worst experience on this topic, but at the same time it's actually quite funny, so yeah, here we go. Why are these boys out here? Shut the fuck up, bro. So pretty much this starts with me and a friend being at another friend's house. I'm gonna name these people because they're big characters in this story. So the person's house that we were staying at, let's call him Tyler. And let's call the other friend that was staying at his house with me, Jeff. So me and Jeff were just at Tyler's house and we were just chilling. It was already pretty late at that time. It was already 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. So we assumed that we're not gonna really do anything that night. The night before we already had a pretty big night out. So we thought we were just gonna wind down and go to sleep eventually. I think we were just like watching a movie or just like listening to music, you know, just doing nothing pretty much. Me and Jeff were just chilling while Tyler was just having a few beers by himself. We didn't think too much of the fact that Tyler was having beers. We just thought he just wanted beer, so that's why he's drinking it. The night went on and Tyler got a phone call. He picked up the call, he talked to the person, and then when he ended the call, he just told us, I'm going out. We were like, where are you going? And he was like, I'm going to the club. If you guys want to come, change your clothes right now and we're leaving right now. Me and Jeff looked at each other and we calculated if this was going to be the best idea or not. We both were hungover from the night before and we were low on money and we were in London, so like nothing was really adding up. And on top of that, we had no drinks yet, and being sober at a club just doesn't sound fun. But because we were in London only for the weekend, we just said fuck it, why not? And we decided, you know what, let's go. So we changed quickly and we left. We had to make our way to the bus stop and it was super cold at the time and we were in club clothes, so we were just freezing so much when we left. Luckily the bus stop wasn't too far away, but once we reached there we realized that we just missed the bus and we had to wait 15 more minutes in this cold. I should probably take a screenshot of the coordinates here. So as I was saying, we had to wait for the bus in the freezing cold and honestly it was unbearable. Tyler had some alcohol in his system, so he wasn't feeling as cold as me and Jeff, but me and Jeff were completely sober, so we were freezing. If you've ever drank alcohol, you know that if you have enough alcohol in you, then you just don't feel cold. Luckily right next to the bus stop there was this Premier Inn, and if you don't know what that is, it's just like a budget hotel type thing. I'm sure there's like a proper name for it, but I'm just gonna describe it as a budget hotel. We walked into the building to save ourselves from the cold. Once we got in, the receptionist asked if she could help, and obviously we didn't know what to say there. But Jeff came in clutch and just told her that we were waiting for a friend. She asked us if our friend is staying here, and Jeff just said, oh yeah, he's staying in a random hotel room number. So let's just say he just said like 402. She glanced at us and she just let it be. If I'm being real, I definitely think she knew we were lying, but I think she just saw that we were freezing, so she's like, you know what, it's fine. I think if we even just told the truth and just told her we're waiting for the bus, I think she would have been fine with it. When we initially reached the bus stop, there was this crackhead that we saw. I honestly don't know a nicer way to say it, like he just was a crackhead. You could tell that people were feeling a bit uncomfortable because he was just screaming out random things and just saying random things to everyone around him. When we first got there, he was just screaming at the bus stop sign, calling it names and calling it racist. Even though it's just like a normal bus stop sign, I don't really know what he was on about, but yeah. He was pointing at the bus stop sign and screaming out, saying that it's racist. There was even a point— oh my fucking god, bro, I hate that sound. Oh, the gas is right there. Bro, nice. You're about to get cooked. You're about to get absolutely cooked, boy. There was even a time where this dude went onto the main road and was standing in front of a bus trying to get it to stop. The bus just kept honking at him because what else would the bus driver have done in that situation? After a couple of minutes, eventually the guy moved out of the way. Once our bus arrived, we got into the bus and we realized that the crackhead was getting to the bus as well. We didn't think much of it, and me and Tyler went and sat right next to each other while Jeff sat across us. The crackhead wasn't screaming anymore, but he was just saying random things and everyone was finding it kind of funny. Jeff was even entertaining it, and for like almost the whole bus ride he was just in a conversation with this crackhead. Jeff was just agreeing to everything he was saying, and it was just super funny, and it wasn't just us that was laughing, like the whole bus was laughing. We kept making eye contact with the girls that were sitting in front of us and they were finding it hilarious. This probably went on for like 5 to 10 minutes until someone completely ruined the mood. There was this guy that was sitting next to his girlfriend, and I'm guessing the crackhead said something that insulted him. He pretty much went up to the crackhead and said like, shut up, like no one likes you, or just something along the lines like that. And that just completely killed the mood of the bus, and we were just sitting in silence after that. The crackhead started telling that guy off, and Jeff joined in and was telling him off as well, which was kind of funny. But apart from that, we finally reached our bus stop and we got off. We were back in the freezing cold and the club was so far away from the bus stop. Well, if the weather was a bit better, it was just a 15-minute walk, but because it was cold, it felt like forever. We even got to a point where we started jogging, and we pretty much started jogging, then walking, then jogging, then walking, and we were just doing that. Google Maps said 15 minutes, but we got there in like 8, but those 8 minutes felt so long. By the time we all got to the club line, we were all super out of breath. But at the time, it was definitely worth it because we had to just spend less time in the cold. After a while on the line, we were finally allowed into the club, and it felt so nice getting away from the cold. The whole journey to the club, Jeff kept telling me how we're gonna spend no money tonight and how we're just gonna be sober and it'll be fine. Bro, can you move out of the way, chief? And I completely agreed with him because I did not want to spend Bro, Get out of my face. I completely agreed with him because I did not want to spend any money on London priced drinks. But as we entered the club, Jeff went straight to the bar and asked the bartender what the cheapest drink he had was. I think the drink was super expensive, but the bartender was nice and he told Jeff that he would just make it very strong for him. Jeff bought the drink and immediately downed it, and I think that was the only drink he ended up having in that club. I decided against it because I didn't think it was worth it to just buy one drink. Tyler actually knew a decent amount of people in this club, so he just kind of split away from us and he was just hanging out with his other friends. So it got to the point where me and Jeff were just standing there. We didn't even like the music or anything, so we were just standing there completely sober in a room full of drunk people. We were obviously having a horrible time, but to make it worse, Tyler finally found us and came up to us and said he's leaving to a friend's house. And at this point, we were probably in the club for only like 30 minutes. We also had to pay 20 pounds to get into the club, so it makes it even worse. We asked Tyler, what do we do then? Because he has the key to his house, and if we're not getting an invite to the house party, then obviously we're gonna just go back home. Tyler just shrugged off the question and pretty much told us that we'll figure a way out into the building. So Tyler left to his friend's house, and me and Jeff decided we're just gonna leave too. We left the club and we were just talking to these random people outside the club. After like 3 minutes of speaking to them, we realized that they were also going to the same house party as Tyler. After a couple of minutes again, we just got onto the bus and we're heading back home to Tyler's house. After about 15 minutes of this journey, I got a message from Tyler with an address and he just said pull up. We were so confused because if he was gonna invite us, why didn't he just invite us before? Maybe he just felt like super bad or something, I'm not sure, but we decided we're gonna make our way to the house. Oh my god! I kinda do not want to deal with these guys. Oh, this is scary, bro. The neighborhood that this house was in was just super nice and we were just surprised how nice it was. We finally got to the house and knocked the door and somebody opened the door and just said, who are you guys? We told him that we're Tyler's friend and he... Holy shit, bro, these sounds are actually scary as fuck. We told the guy that we're Tyler's friend and he got super hyped and he just said, oh, Tyler, your friends are here. We went into the house and some context here, everyone in the house knew each other apart from me and Jeff. Me and Jeff knew few of the people, but Tyler was really our only close friend. Me and Jeff started talking to the people that were sitting by themselves and we just kept doing that for a little bit. It was like an okay time, but everyone was like way too drunk around us and we were completely sober, so it was a bit annoying. Luckily for us, one of the people we knew came up to us and offered us some beers and just started talking to us. We had a few beers, but obviously that didn't really do anything and we were still very sober. Me and Jeff after a while decided we can't really do this anymore and we decided we want to leave. We went up to Tyler and asked for the house key and Tyler said he didn't have the house key. He said one of his flatmates has the house key and luckily for us, the flatmate was also at the party. So we go up to that guy, we ask him for the house key and he said that the third flatmate has the key and the third flatmate was just at a different club. We've been to Tyler's house many times and we've always seen people coming in and coming out, so we didn't really worry about it. Our biggest obstacle was actually just getting into the building, not the apartment door. Those boys for some reason would just always leave their apartment door wide open. Maybe not wide open, but they would always leave it unlocked. And I'll be completely honest, they didn't really live in a very nice area, so I was kind of surprised that they used to do that. Well, anyways, we started making our way to the exit because we were gonna leave. But as we were leaving, these group of girls just came in and me and Jeff looked at each other and we both thought the exact same thing. Every single one of them was very attractive, so we thought, you know what, we might as well stay a little bit. We ended up talking to them for a little bit, but then we realized, you know, we're just way too sober and we might as well just go home. So we made our way back to Tyler's house, and when we were about 100 meters away from the entrance, we saw that someone was trying to get into the building. We got super hyped because that was our ticket to get into that building. We didn't know what else to do, so we started sprinting towards them. When we finally reached the entrance, we realized that it was the third flatmate. We asked him if he had the key and he said no, he's been locked out here for over an hour. We were bamboozled because that means all three flatmates just didn't have their house key. We told him how we were just with his other flatmates and how they didn't have the key as well, and he was just super surprised, which is understandable because he was like super drunk at the time. He had already been there for an hour and he was trying to figure out different ways to get into the building. He asked us if we should just punch the window and break it so he can get in, and we were like, no, let's not do that. Let's also give this guy a name. Let's call him David. So me, Jeff, and David were just stuck outside the building, and David decided that he's gonna start ringing every single door. When I say this, I mean like there was this keypad where you could ring different doors and they could buzz you in if they wanted to. I also should probably tell you that was around like 4 a.m. at this time, so we were gonna disturb so many people if we did that. So me and Jeff were a little evil and we told him if anyone picks up, just say we're from another house. Let's say David's house number was like 50. We told David to tell the people that picked up that he's from like house 32 or something like that. Oh my god, that is unreal. I couldn't have asked for anything better. Let's fucking go, bro. With this, we can mine all this coal and mine all this diamond. Oh, we are chilling, bro. After like 30 tries or something crazy like that, someone finally picked up. David tried to explain what the situation was, and the woman said she would open the door for us, but then she just ended the call and did not open the door for us. I don't really blame her. Anyone could have been calling, you know. It could have been someone dangerous, so yeah, fair play. Because we had no way in, we had to start figuring out different ways for us to get in. There was this random staircase right next to the building that we decided to go up. When we got up, we saw this fire exit door that if we somehow got through, there was like a hallway that we would reach. So what Jeff and David did was they actually just somehow ripped open the door and we just got in. This hallway was like super worn down and it looked super sketchy. We quickly realized that it wasn't in the same building as David's building, but we thought there could be like a connection between the two buildings, so we started walking around. But because David was drunk and he was just being so stupid, he started knocking on random doors at 4 a.m. And as I said, this area was hella sketchy, so we started sprinting down that hallway because we did not want to get in trouble. Because if the wrong person opened that door, that could have been super dangerous. Luckily Luckily we survived that, and we just started walking around the building until we realized that, you know, there's no point anymore, so we just left. And just like that, we were back at square one. We were right in front of the door, just ringing random house numbers again. By this point, it was probably like 5 a.m. or something crazy like that, and we were just so tired. And before I continue, let's just see how many diamonds I get here. That's pretty good. I can't complain about that. We now got full diamond armor as well. That's lovely. I'll make the diamond armor in the next video. So we started ringing random house numbers again, and luckily someone picked up, and this time they actually let us in. We were super hyped, and when we finally reached the front of the apartment door, to our surprise, the door was unlocked, and we were like, great, you guys really care about your safety here. We got into the house, and we all went to the couch just to chill for a little bit, and I saw something in front of the TV. I walked closer to see what it was, and it was the house key. These three idiots all left their key inside the house and all blamed each other, thinking that they all had it. At the time, we couldn't really do anything about it but laugh, because it is quite funny if you think about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Me and Jeff still talk about that night till now. We always say how shitty it was, but at the same time it was great memories. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you ever had similar experiences, and if you ended up enjoying this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. And if you're still watching till now, you're definitely enjoying it, so you might as well click on the video that just popped up. Or don't, it's obviously up to you. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great night. Peace.